Welcome back to Suladan Place Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last time we entered the temple and began our journey. But we brought friends because Jolie and Juhani decided that I could not do it alone, and I'm very thankful for that. Having 3 Jedis in a group is quite fun, especially when they all can heal. 2 of us can stasis, 2 of us can destroy droids. We're a motley crew. Anyway, I should probably talk to Juhani. Also, yes, I'm trying the headset again. I'm hoping. Their support is also working with me on getting this dealt with. It might be a hardware malfunction. It might not be. We will find out. But for now, I want to talk to Juhani. Is something wrong?
I was remembering Taris.
I also gave her a headset thingam now. What about it?
It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
And the rat ghouls. I'm gonna not say that. How did you survive?
My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
No one would help you?
And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
I don't understand why you would treat people like that. Anyway, like who?
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
I want to ask all 3. Push all the buttons! No, it won't let me do that. It'll just register whichever one it decides I pushed. Where'd you flee from? Your parents? Yeah, let's go with your parents.
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can.
I don't know about saving no galaxy. We just here to blow up a forge.
How may I be of assistance?
I was wondering if we could talk. Apparently we need to catch up with Juhani.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Are you doing all right?
I have been doing well, I suppose. As well as I can. But I am more interested in you right now. Do not mistake me. It is just that, even though we have traveled together for a while, it seems I know next to nothing about you personally.
What would you like to know?
We have been traveling together since Dantooine, but I know nothing of you before that. Would you humor me and tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, you see, the thing is, I don't know much about myself prior to Dantooine. What with all the amnesia and whatnot. Anyway, let's see. What is there to tell? Why is there the ... at the end of it? What is there to tell?
Your job, your childhood, your life. I am sorry if I am making you uncomfortable. I will fully understand if you choose not to answer.
No, it's all right.
I greatly appreciate your taking the time to talk to me. How did you come to be on Dantooine? Besides the obvious, of course.
Bastila dragged me there. Oh, there it is. Well, I rescued Bastila on Taris. I was in the Republic fleet that was destroyed over Taris. That one's probably better. Yeah, I was in the fleet that was destroyed over Taris.
Taris. It always seems to come back to Taris for me. I am sorry. I get distracted. I already know the tales of your exploits. how you defeated the Mandalorians in the war, and how you fell. But now you have the chance to redeem yourself, to make a new page in your history. So now, I suppose, that all does not matter. Only your life now does. But again, I seem to be wasting your time with my carrying on. I apologize.
But the terrorist thing was after the amnesia. Why you refer to it like it before?
I have been watching you for some time. I wonder if you have noticed. I have been thinking of how far I had fallen, and how you exemplify the code of the Jedi. I find myself ashamed.
Yeah, don't look up to me. I'm crazy. Don't put crazy on a pedestal. It does not end well for any of us. Why are you ashamed? You shouldn't be. You should not be so hard on yourself. I am not so great as that. But 1, 2, or 3. Any of them. You should not be so hard on yourself. Let's go with that one.
But I have so little to show when I compare myself to you. And that makes my shame even worse. That I had so easily fallen to the dark side. That I could convince myself that by injuring my master, I became a great force of evil in the galaxy. For my pride, my hubris, for the inner rage that all of my species feels. Sometimes I wish that I had not been born this way.
You shouldn't think of it that way.
I am sorry. I start to talk, thinking about how you stay strong to the path of virtue and justice, and I find myself whining again about my own inadequacies. The Council would be proud to see that you had learned your lessons so well.
Oh, I'm sure they will be quite proud to hear about you as well. Master Not Yoda's garden is going quite nicely on the planet that most assuredly was not destroyed because Malik was just trying to threaten us and brag, and obviously it was not destroyed. You know nothing. Oh, hi, Juhani. Can we talk more?
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past. Apparently that's still an option. Let's do that!
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Yes, please do.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Were your people in that region?
KOTOR was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
Yeah, the Mandalorians fought dirty. That's a true statement. How did it happen? I want to say the Mandalorians fought dirty. I want to say it. I'm going to say it. But the Mandalorians fought dirty.
They swooped down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist. And in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Why didn't the Republic help you?
We were not members of the Republic. KOTOR was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
And what about your family?
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
How did your family cope?
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
If only he had known that there was a perfectly safe battle arena where he could have done that with nothing but stun guns. Oh, well, how did he die?
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
I respect that. Oh, hey, Jahani, you want to
How
talk?
may I be of assistance?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like?
What happened after your father died?
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Terrace. It was not easy for her.
What happened?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange, a band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
Did she die?
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Terrace.
They captured you?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
Were the Mandalorians on Terrace, or have we swapped planets and you forgot to tell me? And they freed you?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
What did you do?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine, and we both know what has happened since then.
Jahani, I don't know what that response entailed, but I'm gonna poke it because I'm curious. Very curious.
I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Oh, Jahani, is there anything else to
How
talk
may
about?
I be of What is it you...
Nothing for now.
Of course.
Oh, Jolie.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Always. Do you know anything about this place?
Hard to say what this planet is. Been lost for...
Oh.
And that's...
Okay, he's already said that.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, well, let's move on. This is the room where we've got to touch each of the tiles once. Excuse me? Or we're gonna do it in cutscene for... Or not. I'm confused. Game, can you... Oh, it just auto-switched me to solo mode, apparently. Boop. Boop. Wait, what? Oh, that's a reset... Oh, no. This isn't a step on all of them once thing. This is one of them puzzles. Okay. Did you just double trigger? This is gonna be a while. I like these puzzles, but I ain't good at them. I've got it down to 1. But 1 becomes 3. Which becomes more than 3. Cannot. Wait. Well, we're back down to 1. Now, not 1. That's not what I was trying to do in the slightest. So close. So close. The goal was to make them all one color, not to make a checkerboard. Oh, that won't help. That's not what I wanted to do. One step there. I hear buzzing. That's not what I wanted to do, game. Trying to go diagonally is a pain. I stink at these puzzles, by the way. Well, it depends on how many spots there are. Usually there's more, and there's a lot, like, more logically easy ways to get yourself to where you need to be. Like, you know, being able to push any of them at will, because it's on a board where you could go boop, 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 boop. What if that's not what I wanted to do at all? See, he doesn't, like, just rotate in place, so at times you can accidentally... See, and that's how I end up with one in the corner, though. If you turn around too close to the corner, you'll, like, clip the one next to you instead of the... Can we just hack the door?
No
I know
problem.
we can't, but...
Didn't work.
Eh. Eh. Wait. Nope, that didn't work. I have a lightsaber, why can I not just destroy it all? Jolie, there's demons here. Destroy it. Burn it all down. We have done it. Yay. No, don't you I don't know where you goobers are going, but you stop what you're doing. Now you can come with me. I don't know what was up with y'all. Trying to mess up the puzzle. Gotten too overeager. Is there anything else in here? Just a Hello, computer. I heard you beep at me. Welcome back, Ravan. It has been some time since you last accessed my database. I was beginning to wonder if you had been terminated. You recognize me? Now, the first time I did that, they made a beep noise. Now they're just doing the usual click. You recognize me? Oh, of course. The builders constructed me with full range of necessary input and... I recognize your appearance from the last visit, which is stored in my database. However, I'm detecting some significant changes in your composition since your last visit. Your neurological patterns exhibit subtle yet substantive alterations in both thought patterns and information processing. These changes have been noted and recorded in my database. What are you? I am a completely self-sufficient, autonomous, interactive database constructed by the Rakata to record and store the entire history of their species. However, since the collapse of the Infinite Empire, there have been few events worth recording, and nobody has sought to access the information stored within my database, until you came along. Due to my system's ability to monitor and repair themselves, you will find all the data in my archives has remained fully intact. Please choose the topic you wish for information on. Oh my dear goodness, I want all of it, everything. I'm looking for genetic data on the Rakata. Let's go with that. My storage banks contain significant quantities of information on this subject, compiled through hundreds of years of research and study. Please wait while I load the information onto a datapad for future references. Processing. Information transfer complete. Is there anything else you require, Revan? I know a Rakata that's going to be so happy. Anyway, tell me about the Starforge. The Starforge was constructed during the apex of the Infinite Empire's power. A true technological marvel, it is an enormous space station that serves as both factory and battle dreadnought. The Starforge can mass-produce immense fleets with a minimum of time and resources. In addition, the Starforge also shares much of the same technology used in my own construction. In many ways, the Starforge is like a living entity. It feeds, it hungers, it draws on the energy flowing through living things. What you called the Force the last time you were here. The ability to feed and consume the living energy of the Force is the key to the Starforge's power. But ultimately, it is also what led to the destruction of the Infinite Empire. It sucked out their ability to use the Force, didn't it? The Rakata are by nature cruel and savage species. The Starforge fueled itself on the hatred inherent in its own creators, and in doing so it accentuated those traits within the builders. In your terminology, the Starforge is a tool of the dark side. It corrupts those who use it so it can generate greater and greater amounts of negative energy with which to fuel itself. The builders thought they were strong enough to control this. They were wrong. They became victims of their own creation, and eventually their hatred turned them against each other. Civil war destroyed the Infinite Empire, a lesson to remember. Only one who is immensely strong in mind and will can harness the power of the Starforge without suffering similar fate. Good to know. Okay. Oh, there's so much to read. I want to take something to drink first. How do I shut off the disruptor field? The disruptor field was constructed as the Starforge's primary defense against enemy attack and can only be deactivated from the upper levels of the temple. How do I get to the upper levels of the temple? My systems control the doors to the upper levels, allowing only those who are worthy of the Rakata legacy to pass. The last time you were here, Revan, I unsealed the doors for you. However, the subtle neurological changes I detected in you early likely caused a failure in the recognition system that would have opened the doors for you. I have updated my databanks to recognize the new configuration in your mind. The doors to the upper levels will once again open for you. I want to ask something else. Do you know anything about the star maps? Oh, the star maps were built on conquered worlds as a symbol of Rakatan dominance and glory. Each map showed the whole expanse of the Infinite Empire with the Starforge at the center. When the Empire fell, the Rakata fled back here to their home world. They sabotaged the star maps so the enslaved species could not use them to discover the Starforge or this planet. But I used the star maps to find this place. The star maps were created with the same technology as my own self-sufficient systems. Over the millennia, the maps have been slowly rebuilding and repairing themselves. As you informed me during your last visit to this world, the star maps are still in a damaged and incomplete state. It is not possible to locate the Starforge using just a single map. However, the star maps have repaired themselves to the extent it is possible to discover the Starforge's location by combining bits of data from several of the maps, as you have done. Oh, so many mouthfuls. Tell me about the history of the Infinite Empire. At its peak, the Infinite Empire ruled over 500 planets and was comprised of 10 billion Rakata and over 1 trillion slaves scattered across the galaxy. But the glory of the Infinite Empire was built on war and slaughter. It was inevitable it should collapse upon itself. Conflict among power-hungry warlords escalated into full civil war. Worlds were ravaged and millions of lives lost. Sensing the weakness of their oppressors, the slaves rebelled and overthrew their masters. And then came the plague. The plague? Origins unknown. Perhaps the creation of an enslaved species, perhaps the mutation of natural virus. It killed only Rakata and spread to every corner of the galaxy. The Infinite Empire crumbled into dust as the few Rakata survivors fled back here to their homeworld. All evidence of their existence was destroyed by the species they once enslaved. But even hidden here on their secret homeworld, they were not safe. Millions died from the deadly plague. More died in the never-ending civil war. The history of the Rakata ended 20,000 years ago. Now they are nothing but scattered tribes descended from the priest and warrior caste, still waging a never-ending civil war. Want to have something else? I'll be going now. As you wish, please return if you find yourself in need of information stored within my database. Can I put you like in a little crystal and take you with me so you won't be lonely because, you know, we're not going to stay here forever? No? Okay, So, I guess I could take this database of genetic information and give it to what's-his-name, but we'll do that later. Or not at all. I don't know. I mean, I could leave and go do that, but there's a part of me that's like, can they be trusted with that? Like, is he trying to rebuild the Infinite Empire, or is he not? Oh, the consequences of one's decisions. Hello, door. I mean, we have to go back to the entrance of the temple to get to the door to go to the upper levels anyway. Speaking of which, night speed. This really is not a long walk. I thought this was going to be a longer walk, but apparently it's... Oh, hi. Hello.
No problem. Didn't work.
Must see inside room. I can see inside of it through the crack in the door, but must see fully inside room. Oh, hi. I found a more Sithums. Hi, more Sithums. What are you doing in this room by your lonesome? You almost would have escaped. If you just hadn't... Can y'all do something? Y'all are... Now you do something, I see. Laziness. Laziness, all of you.
I will be your doom!
Congratulations, Johnny, you were his doom. I'm gonna save here, because I want to poke this computer, and it's probably going to take a thingum, and I don't want to spend the thingum. What can the computer do? Well, sadly, I already have all that, so... I remember this button exists now. Anyway, that's enough of that. I didn't push the button that time. Okay. Revan, calm down. Hi, patrol droids. Y'all are friends. I don't know why those are friendly, but they are friends. Just randomly uncorrupted patrol droids. Yeah, see, I think it's this door over here that wouldn't open before. Okay, no, we're not gonna go give it to him. We're just gonna stay here now, forever. I don't want to read that datapad, though. If only I could tell which items were new. Yes, I know I could click on them, but it would be so tedious at this point. It's at least I can't complain about it anymore, datapad. Information is about genetic studies the Rakata did during their technological peak. Well, we're not going through that door. We're gonna go through this door. The one that wouldn't know. How did you get in there? How did you get in there? Well, they're not in there no more. Any loot? No loot? Y'all are bad about not giving me loot, and it's very sad. I love fighting droids, though. Destroy droid is just wonderful. It's like chain lightning. It's like the more of you are, the more damage I deal. I can two-shot one of you, or two-shot all of you. So what's up here? Loot. Loot is up here. I'm gonna walk in a random door, and Malik's just gonna be standing there like, sup, we fight now. And then I run away, screaming, because I don't want to fight him again. Mainly because the game's gonna put me in a weird one-on-one fight situation, and those always end badly for me. There's a person over there, but oh, it's so pretty out here. Also, that part's broken. There's a person out here I didn't expect to be out here, because now I see a nameplate, and that, you know, had the nameplate not appeared, it would have been a much better reveal. Yeah, you have a red lightsaber now. I'm not worried at all.
Revan, I knew you'd come for me. Malik thought you might be afraid to enter the temple again, but he doesn't know you like I do. Not anymore. Not since you've changed.
Quickly, Bastila, come with us. We have to escape before Malik arrives.
Escape? You don't understand. I have sworn allegiance to Lord Malik and the Sith. I am no longer a pawn of the Jedi Council.
Could have handled this reveal a little bit better. Anyway, no, don't go over to the dark side.
You say that as if the dark side is some terrible entity. The Jedi Council has brainwashed you like all the others, like they once did with me. They speak of the dark side as if it is something to be feared, but in reality their only goal is to manipulate those who are strong in the Force. The fear of the dark side is a tool to maintain control. Why do you think the Jedi forbid you and Malak from joining the Mandalorian Wars? They knew you would realize your true potential and break free of their domination. Malak has shown me how the Jedi Council have been using me the same way they once tried to use you. They've been holding me back because they knew one day I would surpass them all.
Yeah, that totally doesn't sound like the talk of somebody who has been brainwashed by somebody by convincing them that the other side was brainwashing them all along. Not suspicious at all. It didn't take long to convert you. No, that would be horrible. It's not too late, you know. You can still turn away.
I resisted at first. I endured the Sith torments with the passionless serenity of a true Jedi, emptying my mind. But after a week of endless tortures, I finally saw the truth. Malak forced me to acknowledge my anger and pain. He showed me the liberating power of these emotions. Then he made me see how the Jedi Council has denied me what is mine by right. The Jedi Council gladly used my battle meditation in their wars, but they still treated me like a child, like an inferior. They were jealous of my power, of what I could become. They wanted me to bow and call them master and follow their code and obey their every order. But all the while, they were exploiting my battle meditation for their own use.
You know, question, shouldn't we all put the lightsabers away while we're having a conversation so we don't have to talk loudly over the constant whirr of, 5 lightsaber blades? Yes, there's 4 lightsabers, but one of them's double-ended, so I'm considering that a separate blade, so that's 5 lightsaber blades. But, yeah. Just a thought! Anyway, let's see. I am Revan, the Dark Lord, bow to me. Don't be lured in by their lies.
Lies? You were the one living a lie, Revan. The Jedi Council made you into something you are not. They programmed you to be their slave. You used to be Revan, Master of the Sith, but no longer. You were simply a pawn of the Jedi Council in the Republic they serve, like I was, until Malak freed me from their shackles. A pity the power you once had is so diluted in you. You could have been as strong as I am now. Stronger even, but that will never happen now. With the power of the Starforge, Malak will destroy the Republic and conquer the galaxy. And I will be the apprentice at his side, after I prove my worth by killing you.
I mean... Why do Sith take apprentices knowing full well that the goal of a Sith apprentice is to kill their master? And then why does the Sith apprentice that becomes the Sith master, knowing that they killed their master, take an apprentice of their own, knowing that they will die to their apprentice? This seems like a really bad idea. Anyway, stasis.
You shall fall.
I think I've been poisoned.
Stasis. Ow. Oh, great, she can do the purple woobagoo.
There, take that.
Why does your voice echo? We're in an open place. Don't echo at me. Can you not attack me? I'm stunned.
There, take that.
Thank you. Go after Jolie. There we go. Now you're stasised. Okay, Jolie, you need to heal. You need to heal, and I'll just keep smacking her. I should have used night speed. I should have used night speed. I should use night speed. I should stasis her, though.
Let's see what you've got.
That is what the Jedi can do.
There we go. I figured something was going to happen part way. Okay.
You were stronger than I would have thought possible after what the Jedi Council did to you. Seems that Malak was wrong. The power of the dark side is not lost to you after all, Revan.
I mean, the power of a 3 versus 1 fight, and stasis, and all of us having heal, and you not spamming that blasted lightning drain heal 'em thing, because that thing can really turn the tide of a 3 versus 1 and make it a 1 versus 3. It's just like, heal, heal, heal. Y'all are all dead now, but I'm at full health. It's like, don't call me that. It's like, I draw my power from the light. Draw my power from the light. We'll go with that one.
You can deny what you are, Revan, but you're only fooling yourself. I know the truth. I've seen the shadows inside your mind.
And I've seen the shadows in your mind.
You nearly died in the trap set by the Jedi Council. I used the Force to preserve your life, Revan. We are forever linked by my actions on that bridge.
And that's how I know that you'll come back to the light.
These are not your true feelings, Revan. You're speaking as a tool of the Jedi Council, as I once did. But now I see how the Jedi used us both. The Council tried to exploit the bond between us. They hoped I would draw out your memories to lead them to the Star Forge. We were slaves to their will, like all who follow the Jedi Code, but in our shared visions of the star maps.
Excuse me.
I also felt the so-called taint within you. I resisted it at first, but now I embrace the power of the dark side. Your dark side.
If I'm so powerful, why do you serve another master? Whoever wrote the dark side, like, responses, you didn't pay him enough. That's all I can say. Learn from my mistakes.
Mistakes? No, Revan. The only mistake you are making is the one you are making now. You deny yourself the power that is yours by right. Only now do I realize how strong you are. You deserve to be the true master of the Sith, not Malak. I see this now. Together we can destroy your old apprentice. Join with me and reclaim your lost identity.
And then you'll kill me. How can I reclaim my identity if I don't even remember it? I'm not Revan anymore. I don't even remember those days.
Your mind was too badly damaged to ever fully restore your memories, Revan. But your power, your strength of will, the essence of who and what you are, these things still remain. Once, long ago, you defied the Jedi Council, freeing yourself from their control. You claimed your rightful title of Dark Lord of the Sith. Together we can defeat Malak and take back what is yours.
You know, I really should have paused before the start of this whole cutscene, but way too deep into it now. You're coming with me. How do I know you won't betray me? You don't. She will. Turn away from this path. The dark side leads only to destruction.
Bastila, it is not too late for you to be saved. The teachings of the Jedi can lead you from the dark side back into the light and the true understanding of the Force.
You are beneath my contempt, Juhani. When you felt the power of the dark side, you fled to a cave like some cowering animal. You know nothing of the Force or its true potential. But you, Revan, the power of the dark side is yours to command. You can use it to destroy Malak. With my help, you could rule over the entire galaxy.
The Dark Lord Revan is dead. I'm a servant of the light now. We're just gonna say that again.
You were a pathetic fool, Revan. Together we could have defeated Malak and ruled over an empire. But now, I will be at Lord Malak's side instead. You will be crushed with the Republic and all the fools who bow down to the Jedi Council. No one can stand against the power of the Star Forge and the Sith fleet.
That was a sharp transition. Pretty, though. Okay, calm down, camera. That wasn't me. Okay. Journal entry added. Bastila confronted her. She escaped. No doubt she fled to the Star Forge. Okay, back. I want to go forward. I see lootable containers up there, but I know if I go forward, then, I'm going to drag this episode out even further. So, what I'm going to do is go ahead and pause here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.